Hello, this is Druidsfire with another PAX East 2025 Roundup video. This one is about one of the games that I figured would be pretty interesting as somebody who studied history in college. It's about a handyman who is basically tasked to renovate this specific apartment in Berlin, Germany, and as he's going through the things, there are these vignettes, these episodes, slices of life from previous years in this particular apartment, and you go around and you find clues and piece together what needs to happen next to continue, and then you learn more about the history of who lived in this apartment and something more about them. Now, this game is developed by BTF and is published by BTF in conjunction with ByteRockers games. It's not currently got a release date on it, but you can download this demo on Steam and try it out for yourself. When I was playing it at PAX, I was really startled by how it made me feel when I made the realization of the first vignette that I played through when it was set before the Berlin Wall fell, and you're dealing with somebody who lives on one side of the wall, and then getting a paper airplane from somebody on the other side, and having to be careful about it, because even back in the day, the wall was there for a reason, right? I'm not saying a good reason, but it was there for a reason. And so it was risky crossing the wall in either direction. And then it took me to a vignette even further ago, and you played through a bit of life, the life of a man who is Jewish and trying to figure out traveling out of Berlin in 1933 Nazi Germany. And as soon as I realized that's what I was playing through, it was very powerful. It was a very powerful moment for me, because this was somebody that if he did not get out of Germany, it was very likely that that man would have been dead in not so many years in the future. And I was really appreciative of that particular slice, centering the story of a man who wasn't quite sure what was going on. He was an older gentleman, and basically, I don't think he really understood the gravity of the situation. I mean, we, with our 2020 hindsight, will know that shit's about to go down. Serious, horrific shit. And he didn't quite grasp it. And to me, that was very emotional. So we're going to play through the demo and see how far we go. I don't know how different the demo is from when I played at PAX, but let's have a go at it, shall we? We got voiceover, we got options of English, German, English and German. And the language of the game, I wouldn't hesitate. I don't know all of these languages, I do apologize. But let's start the game. And of course, this is the demo version, so as they say in the corner, which you probably can't see because it's covered up by my overlay, demo version, everything is subject to change. So let's go.
Once, it must have been the year 1989. A guy named Collier lived here, but he wasn't doing well. Day in and day out, always the same chores.
Always remember, guys, if you have something that means something to you, never let it go. That applies to you too, Isolde. So, anyone still thirsty?
In this particular case, I figured out that you go and deal with the plants that are brown.
And you, Richard? Just as withered as I am. Us too. Always waiting our turn. Never making a fuss. Work in the morning, home in the evening. To hell with it. We're better than that.
look like he can actually go up into the loft area. Well, it doesn't even look like it's a loft. It's basically a thing you can get up there and, you know, take care of the plants up there.
No, my disappearing housemate still hasn't reported back. His letter must be still in the mail. Sorry, the idea's just too funny for me.
So this is a gentleman who is talking to his plants.
But don't worry, I'm not like Mirko. I won't abandon you. None of you is dying on my watch. Don't worry, my dears. I'll take care of you now.
I like the band. The band posters, because it's obviously, you know, Falco, AC/DC, Bob Dylan, and The Who. And the lettering is in German, so I believe this may be a German publisher. So looking for another plant to water.
I believe in integrity and loyalty. I don't shirk my responsibilities, unlike some people. What the? I think I'm seeing ghosts. Eric, you little snitch. Did you see anything?
No, nothing here. Nothing at the window either.
Thank you, Eric.
And yes, the fish did actually talk, except the fish didn't actually talk. It's the narrator talking to himself but using another voice. Kind of like in the movie Frozen, where Sven speaks for his reindeer. No. So this is Germany of the day. And Mirko was trying
Did Mirko
to
leave the window open when he left? Or was it me? Last week? Huh.
So, East Germany, West Germany. West Germany, of course, was the one affiliated with the Allies. East Germany is the Russian side. So we can take a look at this plan. And we can read it. Kurt Cellar, U-boat possible Zeppelin around the airport, the sea water path by car, construction of the state border, tunnel depth, outer wall, anti-vehicle ditch, control strip, sandbank, and the guard road. So basically, the construction of the state border is basically talking about, you know, how to get past the Berlin Wall, and some of the construction around the wall. Hold on, there was actually more. You can scroll down for the rest of it. I think the 180 pieces might be 180 paces. Oh. No. Gabby from the kiosk, the cool curs. Maybe Fritz, ask again. Two cans of Solyanka. Maybe Eric the fish isn't getting the ride out of here. Okay, so now we have this that just flew in.
It wasn't a ghost after all. Something really did flutter in. A paper plane with writing on it. What is this? Airmail from the west?
Okay, so we're on the eastern side.
Hey, you there. Your orchid's head is hanging very low. So's yours. Do you maybe need some water? Or someone to talk to? Ah, there's a telephone number. And there's more. Greetings from the other side? There asking if I need someone to talk to, Eric. Someone actually went through the trouble of throwing a paper aeroplane over the wall. Over the wall! Then it lands in the hands of the biggest loser east of the West.
Oh, wow.
Don't be so hard on yourself, comrade. At least you're reliable at consistently failing.
Oh, thank you. Very empathetic, Eric. There's a phone number here. Do you know what that means?
Based on the area code, this number is from the other side. In other words, a fascist number. Calling it would be an incredibly stupid idea.
Thanks for the assessment, Eric. Oh, I never knew there were so many ways to fold a piece of paper. I'm choosing this model. Looks like it's the easiest. Oh, what should I even write?
And this is really where you can decide what you're going to do.
Alright, let's see. Hello, mysterious stranger. Thank you for your letter. I'm afraid water alone won't be enough. At least, not for me. The orchid is not actually an orchid. It is in fact a toad lily. My old housemate left it behind along with me. No, I better leave out that part. Okay. Somehow, I now feel like I'm being watched. Who are you anyway? Best wishes, Collier. Now make a fold here. Another one here. And kids are supposed to be able to do this? Because niece couldn't have done any better herself. Alright, I think that's it. Knowing my luck, no one's going to read it anyway. One side's turned out a bit wonky. I hope it doesn't affect the aerodynamics.
Alright, let's whip ourselves a paper airplane. So this is the one that they sent us. And now we're going to send the one back. I love that. Fly. It really is a very tiny apartment. There's like clothes and stuff in here. Not much.
What now?
Don't even think about it, Collier.
And how exactly are you going to stop me, Eric? Know anything about paper planes, Eric?
Neither an ox nor a donkey is able to stop the progress of socialism.
Thanks. Very helpful. Now, just to aim it correctly. There it goes. Woohoo!
Well, that didn't go very well. Maybe I should use a controller for this. Yeah, definitely better.
Just a little higher.
You can apparently get multiple shots at this.
Eric, we did it! We actually did it!
Yay!
Dad, I've told the story already.
Oh, really? Let me think. There's more where that came from.
This is the one that really, this is the one that was like, holy shit. Because as soon as I saw the Nazi flags on there, I was like, what?
The telephone. That must be Esther.
Very different.
Joseph?
Esther?
I'm on my way now. Once I arrive, come down to the street when I sound my horn.
Must we? Really? I am old, Esther. And I do not feel like making such a long journey.
I know, Joseph, but we have no other choice. Take your time. I will be waiting. Have you packed yet?
I really don't know what I should pack, Esther.
Do not worry, Joseph. We made a list together, remember? It should be next to the telephone.
Yes, I have it here. Thank you, Esther. What would I do without you?
Pack your things. Until then, Joseph.
Warm jacket, passport, lucky shoes, grandfather's pocket watch, razor, journal, and maybe my treasured camera. Where should I even begin?
And you can look at how very different, I mean, we can see further into the apartment. This is Lucky Shoe.
Ruhe! Ruhe da oben! Bringt man euch Dreckspack ein anständiges Laufen bei!
She cannot hear me. I've barely moved. Miss Herman, she doesn't say hello anymore, but she's not above that sort of thing.
So Mrs. Herman obviously is favorable for the regime that is taken over.
Plutonia by Vladimir Bruchev. I love Russian adventure novels. Hopefully, I'll also find some in France. My first cinema ticket. It was Der Raubmord am Spandauer Schifffahrtskanal in 1896. The Edison Theater on Friedrichstraße. I knew straight away that that was the life for me.
So this is a man who makes movies.
My second home before the fire. My father as a young man. A little glass of wine here after the last screening. Something I held sacred. The end of a good day. Paris, c'est une fête. Uncle Benjamin with the twins. A shame we lost contact with each other. Ariane, a Russian Girl by Claude Denis. The adventurous Ariane leads a wild life beyond virtue. Men fall at her feet. She meets Constantine and both of them try to stop falling in love with each other. Unsuccessfully, I can say that much. I always said to Esther, who? The telephone? Who could it be? Hello? To whom am I speaking? Is anybody there? They just hung up. This has been happening for a few weeks now.
Of course, there's no caller ID, no voicemail, or even an 80s style answering machine.
This little book holds the telephone numbers of my friends and acquaintances. So many of them have already left.
This is the part that really chilled me about this. And it's because so many have already left, some have not. So if somebody gets this, they can use it and track down those people. That was when I heard that voice over, I was like, oh fuck. Because you know that's what would happen.
My parents on their wedding day. I'm glad that they don't have to experience any of what's going on here.
So he's aware that something is going on here. Wait, that's open now. That wasn't before.
My lucky shoes. Old shoes are always the most comfortable to wear, though they could do with some new soles.
No, he didn't make movies. That looks like he ran the theater. Okay, so we have the shoes, and now we get to play a little bit of Tetris with everything that's in here. We're gonna set this down here for now. Because we still need to...
Must I decide? Some of these things I could simply buy again. Others are irreplaceable. Do I really need to take along keys and contracts when I'll no longer be needing them? I should definitely take my passport with me. However, I can also gather everything up first and then see what fits. Just a few items left.
Journal and a camera. So we have the camera case, but we don't have the camera itself. There's his passport. Looks like there's the razor. There's the pocket watch, lucky shoes, warm jacket. Pocket watch, razor, journal. Maybe camera. This isn't the journal though. Okay.
Must I decide? Some of these things I could simply buy again. Others are irreplaceable. Do I really need to take along keys and contracts when I'll no longer be needing them? I should definitely take my passport with me. However, I can also gather everything up first and then see what fits. Just a few items left. This table was already in the apartment when I moved in. It will also remain here after I leave. I've always thought about all those who have sat here before me, and those who might sit here after me. Lieschen and Esther pooled their money to give me this painting of the Oberbaum Bridge for my 50th birthday. I kept telling them they didn't have to get me anything.
Okay, so
Esther, that must be her. Hopefully no one noticed. I'll be down soon, Esther. Give me a few more minutes. The road back, by Erich Maria Remarque. Soldiers tried to return home after the Great War. Luckily, I was already so old back then that I was spared any of that.
Chester's car.
A tidy desk is a desk that isn't being worked at.
Oh, man. What's the journal, though? And the camera.
The Great Train Robbery by Edwin S. Porter. I love imported movies from America. 11 minutes of pure excitement. Oh, look. I shouldn't forget this lovely item. There's even some film still left inside. Maybe I can take a picture with it.
No, I like this. The Jewish American Gothic. Nice. Maybe this would be a good picture.
One last shot. What will I photograph? Wonderful. I'll develop the image once I've set up my laboratory somewhere.
I remember that from the other place. I did not find the journal, though. Did I forget it somewhere?
My 1932 tax return. For once, something I won't miss. I cannot do anything with this right now. I don't want to take any of these things. A young writer sent me this screenplay. I liked him, but the script was, well, never mind. It is terrible, but his passion for writing impressed me. The Trial by Franz Kafka. I once met Kafka at Askanischer Hofhotel, and I wanted him to sign my book. Well, it didn't seem like a good time. Sometimes it's better not to meet your idols.
Okay, I still haven't found the journal though. Unless it's over here. Don't see anything. I would think that if he had a journal, he'd be writing it here. Oh, hey, here we go. Ah.
I no longer have any idea what these keys unlock. But you don't throw keys away, so I've collected them here.
This is very true. Just find the correct key. Looks like this one is probably the correct one.
The key fits. My old journal. I stopped writing in it after this entry. The most painful day of my life.
Okay, now we can pack our things. So we wanna... Okay. And we can use R to rotate. We're gonna play some Tetris.
Hmm?
Ooh.
Dad? Dad?
Just a minute, sweetie.
I'm going downstairs. Okay?
Okay, I'll be right there. Only this one floorboard now. This should be redone. Lots of little glass pieces. That's strange. What have we got here?
Oh, that's the photo I took. Okay, a little bit of politics in here with the instrument in the upper left.
I'll leave this work by an unknown artist until the very end. Maybe Lily will help me with the paint. I'm done for today. I'll leave this work by an unknown artist until the very end. Maybe Lily will help me with the paint.
Broccoli. Legalize broccoli. That's funny, actually. Martin was there. Okay. So it looks like the apartment was basically taken over by squatters.
I'll just leave everything as it is until tomorrow.
so this door was boarded up at some point into a wall. And we can't go into the or into the film library. It was also plants. Oh, okay. This is the paper airplane room. So we don't know if Yosef got out. Ooh, hello.
I discovered this little paper plane behind some wallpaper.
You can't actually get to the window here. It's very cleverly set to where you can't go into places where you're not supposed to be able to get to. I mean, obviously the demo says not to be able to demo and whatnot.
I should get downstairs now. Lily is already waiting for me.
Yeah, the telephone was here. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. No, the telephone was very confused. No, this was the door out, and the little cabinet in the back was the one that was okay. And then this was the room. Yeah, this is the room where the window was, where the rock came through. Wu-Tang. Was it Walk-Tang? Walk. Lego. I do like the parody art. It's really clever. So the meme game is pretty strong here.
There is nothing more to do today except to put my feet up. Time to call it a day.
Alright. Okay, so that's the demo for the Berlin apartment. And you can see some of the concept art in here, including one that looks very, very spacey. I really like it. And I'm not sure about the one right above the main menu thing, like over here. But the game is very fascinating, very deep. And I had a jump scare moment when Yosef had the rock thrown through his window at him. I was like, okay, did Yosef actually get away? Was he captured and then, taken off? Was he a victim of the Holocaust? That's some deep shit for a video game. Very powerful. When I first was like, the Berlin Wall is in my living memory. And I barely remember what it was like before the wall fell. And what was it, 1990 or something like that? 91? And I remember in the 80s they had, the spy thrillers on TV, like, I don't know, Scarecrow, Mrs. King and stuff like that. It was much more part of the story, but it still felt distant. This feels more in your face. The Berlin Wall segment was interesting. You still got a little bit of hint of the danger of the real life, what was going on in Germany at the time. But the one set in Nazi Germany, holy fuck, that was a thing. So, if this is your jam, definitely check this game out. I was really sucked in by the storytelling, the art, each of the different time zones that we saw were very much immersive in what they were and the telling of their story of that time. Again, the demo is available on Steam. You can keep an eye on, wish list them, and you'll be informed on when they're going to be there. Full English and German interface, audio, subtitles. Apparently, they have an interface and subtitles planned for French and Portuguese and a few other options. But yeah, definitely give them a try. I'm gonna put the link to the game in the comments or in the thing below. Again, as always, if you like this kind of video, drop a like on the video, and if you like this sort of video in my feed, drop a subscribe on the channel. Thank you for watching. I'm Druidsfire. Peace.